Hi everybody, welcome. This is Lexi over at the Podunk Paper File. Today I just want to finish up sewing these into this book. And I had started the other day by using string from like sewing thread, and I decided that I would use some of this stuff because I have an abundance of it. So I grabbed some of these and I thought that it would be easier, then I don't have to double it up and all that stuff. So I'm going to cut this one out and get that started. So how is everybody doing? I am doing good. Life is good. Let's see. There we go. I'm just gonna pull that right out there, and I'm gonna... Okay, and then last time I was struggling because I couldn't hold the papers together, so I'm just gonna grab some clips, get some clips out so I can hold the papers together. These are just the Tim Holtz clips. I think they'll work because they're in reach, and I just barely put them away, so I thought, you know what, I'll just use the ones that I already know are gonna work. Okay, and then see, my holes weren't lined up. Now they are, and I'm gonna pin the bottom, and I'm gonna pin on the opposite side. I'm gonna pin the top up here, just so everything stays where it should be this time. Now I want to check orientation. Orientation is important. I do want to keep everything the right way. Okay, so it goes this way in the book. So I found this needle in the crochet department. I think it's a crochet needle. But I like it because it's big and gets the job done nice and quick. So all you need is 3 lengths of the spine. 1, 2, 3. And then you just cut. Can you see what I'm doing? Sorry. Cut. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. Just thread this through. Easy peasy. Now you don't have to double this up. I pull it through just enough to hold itself, but I was trying to double it in the beginning, and it's like, why isn't this working well for me? Because you're not supposed to double it up. You're supposed to just have that tail and use a single thread, if that makes sense. Okay, start at the bottom, or sorry, start in the middle, from the top to the bottom. Go through, pull it, and then make sure you leave yourself a tail there. Okay, and then I like to come up through the top hole. All right, like that. And then you go down through the bottom. Like this. Okay. And then you come back up through the middle, like so. Yay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then, like I was saying in my last video, I think the most important part is to ensure that this one is in the middle and these two are on either side of this center string so that you can tie over it and hold everything in place. You won't get very much slippage and slidage this way. So you're supposed to tie over, that was under, so I did it that way. So I need to do it this way this time. Okay. Okay, and I like to do 3. Now this is a pretty long, I'm sorry, okay. This is a pretty long string. I'm gonna leave it the way it is because I don't know what I'll end up doing with it. And so I just like leaving it long until I end up putting jewels or charms or doing whatever I'm going to do with it. Alrighty, on to the next signature. Now, because I punched my hole, when I punched my holes, they were all not perfectly straight. And so I'm going to measure out each signature before I punch holes in them, just so I can make sure that I get them the way that I want them. Checking for orientation. Not everything has orientation, but I know that some things in this book does have it. So I just want to make sure that the orientation, if needed, is there. Otherwise, we can just sew them right on in. So I'm gonna put my signatures over here. Okay, so after I punch the holes in the book is when I like to measure them out for the signature. That just works the best for me, but you know, obviously it's different for everyone. Do whatever is best for you, I would say. This is just the way I do it. Using my drawing pencil here, my sketching pencil, to mark the holes, do what I want. All right, now I do like to fold it back in on itself, so this is actually the middle, and then I'll punch it down through this way with my Crop-A-Dile 2. Big Mouth Bite. Okay, where's that? Okay, there it is. Oof. I'm shaking. Sorry, guys. I shake a lot. You know, when you start getting older, okay, listen, I know I'm only 30. Yes, I'm still on that kick. But what I'm noticing is that doctors start treating you like you're an old person, and you start having health issues like old people have health issues. And you know, I just literally got diagnosed with sleep apnea, which is awesome. So I have to talk to a sleep specialist, and I've got a B12 deficiency and an iron deficiency, and you know, I got all these issues kind of, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, when did I get old? Having all these health problems. Okay, I'm just making sure my holes line up where I want them to be, and then I'm gonna get another string. So yeah, that's kind of been my thing. I'm like, why? Finding out I have ADD. Well, I mean, that wasn't like a news flash, but oh yeah, and in the last video, I was like, what was I talking about? I was talking about how I use my day planner as a journal on the days, like if I have a day that's, you know, like stuff's going on, like I just want to remember things, I put it in my day planner, and sometimes I just use it as a journal, talk about how I feel and things like that, and it works really well for me. I do like having a journal though, and my journal, the difference between my journal and my planner is that in my planner, it's things that I want to for sure make sure I remember and stay on top of. But my journal is just for me, you know, like I want to put my favorite quotes, poems, doodle, sketch, write down notes, like, oh, you know, before I forget, just jot something down in there, because if I write it down, I'm less likely to forget it. And, you know, that's just kind of some of the things that I like to use my journals for. And it really helps me keep my thoughts together, especially with that ADD. And so, yeah, I like feeling like, you know, I have control over my mind sometimes. And so that's what I like to use my journals for. And then, let's see, I think it goes back this way. And one more time for good measure, because I like it. I do what I want. Woohoo! 2 down, 3 to go. Oh man, this is going to be such a cute journal. I'm so excited for this one. I have been looking forward to my bee journal for a long time. I actually bought a bee-themed journal from Aunt Nan. I don't know if you watched any of my other videos. I talk about Aunt Nan. She's the lady that got me into doing junk journals, and she just cute as a button. I just love her. But she, I actually bought a bee-themed journal from her, and I love it. And there's no way that mine will ever compete, because hers is just awesome. But why can't I make one? Why can't I? I can. I can make my own. Put my own little razzle dazzle on it, you know? That's what I like to do. And so that's what I'll do. Yeah, Aunt Nan's bee journal. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm like looking at it right now, and because it's just across the room. And I'm like, oh, that thing's gorgeous. I actually think I took that to Oklahoma with me. I went out to Oklahoma to help my in-laws move back to Utah from Oklahoma, and I took that with me, and that was kind of like my travel journal for that trip. And I just kind of wrote in it, and that's when I was first getting into junk journals. And so like when I was out in Oklahoma, I went to the Michaels out there and bought scrapbook stuff because I was like, I want to do it on the drive back. I didn't really work on the drive back. I can't really do anything when I'm driving, like riding in the vehicle, because I get really bad car sickness, which is also a new thing that I never had when I was younger. So that's cool. I'm about to go to Lagoon tomorrow. It's just like a theme park here in Utah. And with my mom and her boyfriend, and then, you know, my kids and my husband. I'm really excited, but I'm like kind of nervous at the same time. I'm like, are all these rides going to make me sick? Am I getting to be that age yet? So, yeah, I'm just going to take that off because I'm pretty confident I'm going to probably use all this. And if I don't, oh well. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I was cutting them a little long, I've noticed, so I kind of tried to be a little more uniform. I don't know what the heck I'm trying to say, but I wanted to be a little more like on point with this. Okay, now before I start sewing them in, I always check my holes twice because you don't want to sew in your signatures upside down. It's super frustrating. You'll hate it. Trust me, I know from experience. Okay, now, okay, this one has an orientation. I saw a pocket in it. Oh wait, was that the last one? I thought I saw a pocket. Yes, I saw a pocket right here. So if I sew it in this way, yes, it's going to be the correct orientation. Again, just double checking, because pulling apart signatures after you've already sewn them in is just annoying. It's annoying. That's all it is. You're like, ah, you got the holes punched upside down. You got to redo everything. And you don't find out till you start decorating the book, of course, because that's, you know, how everything happens. And so double check everything. That's my advice. And some people can just remember things. Like I used to have multicolored clips, and the pink one or the blue, I had a pink one and a blue one, and one of them would always be the top for me. So that helped, but you know, I don't have that on these. I don't know where those ended up because I just had to clean out my craft room, and so I have no idea. I have no idea where those ended up. So I guess I could tie something on one of them, you know, and it could be the top. That's what I'll do. Nice and tight. Okay, I did it that way last time, so now we do it this way, and then we can do it that way. Okie dokie. So I know one of these is like extremely long, so I'm gonna just snip it off and use it as my top tie. See, watch. Think smarter, not harder, guys. All right, on to the next. Now I think I'm gonna put this one in the back and put this one more in the middle, because it's, you know, and I want like the very back page to be pretty, and so it'll be like scrapbook paper here. See, see, there's totally a method to all this madness. I swear it is. All right, so let me see. So this is the top over here on the left, and I'm just checking for orientation. I have a feeling this one. Yep, there's my barn. Okay, so this is the orientation. Goes this way. Put our top clip on the top. Just get it out of the way. Do it now. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. Need to raise you up a little higher. There we go. That's better for me. together. Did I get a string for this one? I don't think I did. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a string for it. 1, 2, a 3. Takes 3 bits to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Hey, Mr. Owl. That commercial is so cute. I love that it's the same old one that's been coming on for years and years. Does anybody else still get excited if they get the Indian with the star? Am I the only one? I still get stoked. I'm like, I know I can't get a free one still because, you know, this day and age we can't have nice things, but it's still cool. It's still cool to get to, you know, look on the wrappers for it. I remember that. I remember getting free Tootsie Pops with the Indian and the star. I also remember candy cigarettes, and those were pretty cool. It was like eating chalk, like a piece of chalk. Like teachers wrote on a chalkboard, just chalk. They were delicious chalks, man. And all the kids thought they were so cool because they would pretend to smoke. Things we thought were cool back then, huh? I can say that back then now because I'm old. I'm getting there, man. The doctor even said so. Okay, the doctor didn't even say nothing, but I'm just saying. My mom's like, I am not old enough to be a grandma. So my son, she was like, so my kids are going to call me Dana. So my son called her Dana for a while. And she's like, oh, no, nope, I hate that. I'm Grams. And then they're up there. He's up there spending the night with her the other night. And that was their, like, first sleepover together, you know. And he was like, Grandma, Grandma. And she's like, I am not your grandma. I am your Grams. Jeez, Mom, you're so weird. I've had such a good relationship with my mom over the last, I don't know, a couple months. Like, I talk to her on the phone multiple times every single day, and I've never had a relationship like that with my mom. Like, neither of us were, like, about talking on the phone. We just, like, didn't, you know? And so lately, being able to just chat with her on the phone and, you know, about every little minor detail of my life has been so nice, you guys. Like, I never knew how much I, like, missed my mom, you know? Like, life happens and everything gets going and busy and you don't really think about that kind of stuff. But, man, I just need to enjoy her while I have her, you know? Because she ain't gonna be around forever, but pretty close because I'll make her. Like, try and die on me, Mom, try. My grandpa has got Parkinson's, you know, and it's just getting worse and worse, and we were trying to get him into a home, assisted living, and he doesn't want to go, and I can't blame him because he's just always been such an independent dude, you know. But he is so cool. He served in the Navy during the Vietnam War, and he has all of his paperwork from back when he was in the Navy. And I was like looking through it the other day, and it is so cool because it's authentic vintage, but it's also like, that's my grandpa's life, you know? And I'm just like reading all these cool documents and awards that he got and just this little things that mean nothing to him. I'm just like, Grandpa, these are so cool. Do you realize how absolutely cool you are? Whatever, because he's a grumpy old man, you know? But yeah, I think he's pretty cool. My grandpa is so cool. I love my grandpa, all of his stories. He doesn't tell stories of the Navy, though. He doesn't really talk about that, and I think that's interesting. I should probably ask him why. He'll probably be like, because there's nothing to talk about. Like, all right, Grandpa. He's not as grumpy as I make him out to be. He's actually he's cute as a button. My grandpa's the sweetest person, you know, like, of all the people, you know. Like, if I were to pick my favorite person on the planet, it would be my grandpa. And my son. And my daughter. And my husband. I love all those guys. But, you know, my grandpa is just such a cool dude, and he had such a big part in raising me, you know. And it's not because my parents weren't around. He just was around a lot, you know, like he was just awesome. And I don't know if y'all remember Mervyn's. It was like a department store at the mall, kind of like JCPenney's is now. I loved Mervyn's. I bought everything at Mervyn's. When Mervyn's went out of business, my entire life was shattered. I didn't know how to shop. I was like, what do I do now? So, yeah, anyway, he'd always take me to Mervyn's every single time we hung out and buy me a new pair of shoes. Well, I had a lot of shoes growing up. A lot. Good thing my feet didn't really grow after, like, I don't know, 6th grade. I got up to like a size 7 in 6th or 7th grade, and that's the size I stayed. And the height, I mean, I haven't grown taller since then. I mean, I've grown wider, but not taller, so that's good, right? No, I wish I was 2 inches taller. I wish I would have grew 2 more inches. I hate trying to reach the top shelf of anything. It's annoying. It just drives me nuts. Thank you to all my tall friends who can reach things and be tall for me, because y'all are the real MVPs, okay? Like, I'm 5'4". That's how tall I am. And I have friends that are like 4'11". They're like little midgets. And I have little friends that are just teeny tiny things, you know? And that's fine. But man, it must suck because I'm short and I can't handle it. And I'm not even that short, in my opinion. Maybe I am. I don't know. I'm not much shorter. My dad was short. He's short, but he's handsome. My dad was really handsome. I say was, but my dad's totally a stud. He's such a good-looking dude. And, but he's short. I like reminding him often. Hey, Dad, you're short. But he's getting shorter in his old age because he's in his 50s, but he's getting shorter because I'm about as tall as he is now. And I'm like, man, what happened to you? You used to be the tallest man in the world, Dad. Oh, it's funny how your perspective changes about things when you grow up. Okay, yay, we got our signatures all sewed in. They're in there. They're ready to go. They're ready to rumble. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one a little bit short. We got all of these sewed in. Thanks for hanging out with me while I rambled about nonsense and things like that. So this one's part 3, right? Yeah, so I think that on the next videos, what I'm going to start doing is decorating the journal. And I've got a bunch of bee stuff that I want to use and utilize. So if you want to join me, come on, join me. Come get some fun ideas. I mean, there's probably nothing that I've done that you haven't seen already. There's so many people out there that have such great, brilliant ideas. Ooh, look at that. Might have to cover that ugliness up. But anyways, thanks for watching, hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you later.